3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the fuck up, bro. Aiming at your head like a buffalo. You're a roughneck, I'm a cutthroat. You're a tough guy, that's enough jokes. Then the sun died, the night is young though.
Okay, review. Daddy Pez, and we got another daddy with us. What's up, Chris?
What's up?
How you doing tonight? How's double baby life?
Not too bad. I just spent about a half hour trying to put Jason to bed, and Whitney's taking care of the other one, so I guess it's not too bad.
And jump right into the awards. And we'll start with the shit start of the week. Who was your shit start, Chris?
I'm going to have to go with Will Dissly, Seattle tight end on Timmy's team, 0.5 points. I know he got hurt, but really that's who you're going to pick for tight end this week. You better just get him off your team because he's going to be hurt for a little while. Will Dissly, 0.5 points, shit start.
Good one. I'm not really sure why he was. My Kenyon Drake only 1.6 points. Just fucking terrible. You know, I mean, we'll get into it in the matchups, but Chevy's running backs are just god awful.
Yeah, Chevy went heavy wide receiver. He should have at least picked up one running back before he did all that bullshit, but we'll see how it goes for the rest of the season with him.
Yeah, we'll see. Who'd you pick?
Performance of the week, I had to pick two players off your team because that's really what allowed you to beat me. Kirk Cousins, 31.7 points, and Cooper Kupp, 28.2. So technically you got 60 points from those two clowns, and that's really the only reason I see you beating me.
Hey. Oh, yeah, just of Luck and Kamara who combined for over 70. That's just crazy, and we'll talk more about them later. Pulled out.
Let's go Detroit defense on Fitzmagic school bus. Looking like the short bus this week, even though he pulled off the win with a, 0.2 tiebreaker bullshit controversy. He should have just started Minnesota so we would have known who the clear winner was with -9 on his bench. But seriously, stream somebody else. Detroit's defense, what are you thinking?
Call to not start Minnesota. Better options out there. Watkins, he's bench, 25.2 points. He could have put him in instead, and he's a much better option than Sammy Watkins anyway. Chocolate. Oh, pickups that were started. A lot of chocolate, a lot of poop. Let's go through the waiver wire chocolate. We got Timmy with Sterling Shepard getting 15 points. Pasta and Dan Bailey. Fogel playing the Packers D, getting 21 points. And Eif Mark picking up and playing Tyler Eifert, who got 9 pig. What do you think about those waiver wire chocolates, Chris?
Some chocolate on Timmy's team, Sterling Shepard. I suggested he pick him up, but I also suggested he sit Golden Tate in his place. So my bad, Timmy. That would have got you about an extra 10 points or so. Still wouldn't be enough to beat Beavis and Butt Fumble. But yeah, I like Timmy's chocolate. Sterling Shepard. He'd probably be good for the rest of the season, too.
All right. And then some poop. We talked about AJ picking up and playing the line. About Timmy picking up Disley and playing him. Picked up the Cardinals D because I thought the Seahawks were kind of soft, but thanks. Yeah, I mean, I didn't need them anyways. So yeah, there's some poop. Then we got the best bench award. Chris, that's your. Did you?
I don't know what you just said. This shit broke up.
Award up with. Did you know who got that?
Oh, the best bench? Probably Pasta, right?
Yep, it was Pasta. 93 points on more than his score. And then the old Rodney King Award, I gave it to Timmy and Justin because 63. So that was so close. I had to give it to both his beat.
Yeah, I can't believe folk put up 150, made Justin look very inadequate.
No, Amber thinks Justin's inadequate as well. Let's get into these matchups. We'll start me and you, Chris. I told y'all I was just waiting in, buddy. Talk cousins and cousins from all helped. And yeah, Chris, you took a lot of shit for not starting Goff over Stafford.
Yeah, I didn't pick up Goff for this week. I was looking towards the future. Picked him up for I think a week 6 bye, so I didn't plan on starting him. Still got mediocre production out of Stafford, but yeah, your team just blew up, and of course Leonard Fournette got hurt, and Demaryius Thomas is being a bitch this whole season, so that's part of the reason.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's actually a good decision because he was playing Dallas. Like, you would rather have a guy playing Dallas than Minnesota, so it was a good choice. But it wouldn't. And now you're tied. How's that feel?
At least I'm not still shitting diapers like Mark and 0-4, so I'm all right. It's a long season. I got time to make up for it. So
That's true. It's still early. Let's go on to Josh versus Pasta. Josh's team blew up. His team did not hit double digits, and he 20 with his highest score being Matt Ryan at 29.3. The Falcons offense looks like the Falcons offense of old when they made that Super Bowl run. So start your Falcons. Josh had Kareem Hunt with a big game finally. Yeah, Justin just can't figure out who to start. He's pretty much inconsistent. And go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I heard you say start your Falcons. I think Calvin Ridley is not going to keep up the production, so Chevy, keep starting him, and hopefully you keep losing because you do. Um, Old Patty Mahomes didn't show out like he normally does, and I think yeah, Pasta needs to learn who's actually has better matchups that week. James White was the only other running back in New England other than Sony Michelle. Normally they have like four playing, so you got to start James White. What's wrong with you?
That's part of the reason I started Sony Michelle, and he had such a good game. Yeah, Mahomes. I mean, he still had a good game, but just came back down to earth a little bit. Let's move on to Mark versus Fogel. I watched the 1:00 games with Mark, and we both actually thought he was going to beat Fogel at one point. And Luck and Kamara quarter and even overtime, because Luck went into overtime to get him even more points. He also had that chocolate defense putting up 20, just all around really good. Fogel. Mark, though, I mean, he did put up his highest score of the season, and he keeps scoring more every week. So do you think he's going to get a win, or is he going to go winless, Chris?
I think Mark's team, Cook's hurt. He really don't have that great running backs. Gio Bernard's not going to stay around for too long once Mixon comes back. Roethlisberger's, I think he's had his time already. I say Mark gets 5 wins the whole season.
Wow, that's pretty high. I would definitely take the under on that one. Yeah, I mean, he's not out of it quite yet because we all know you can come back from 0-4 like Justin did. But if he loses another one and it's 0-5, he's done.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's move on to Timmy versus Daddy Pez. Timmy is just back to his old losing ways, isn't he?
It's never going to change for Timmy unless he starts drafting better. He's always stoned, always picks people with cool names and shit, and just reaches for players that he thinks are going to be great. Also, quit killing off your team, man.
Yeah, he did have a couple injuries again this week. It's pretty funny that he's the Reaper. But yeah, him and Mark just if they don't like start putting a lurch into it or something, they're gonna be at the bottom every year.
Yep.
Um, kind of went back to his high scoring. He had a pretty good combo too. Zeke and Jared Cook got 53 points. Jared Cook has been on fire all season, so he's found himself a good tight end and in the shit that is tight ends. And Zeke was finally used in the passing game, which was a big part of Pez's success. So he's kind of back, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Another thing with Jared Cook, I believe Daddy Pez had Delaney Walker who broke his ankle. OJ Howard now tore an MCL or something. So this is his third string tight end now, and he looks like he's going to stick around for a while in Oakland's offense.
Yeah, I think John Gruden likes tight ends. So that's good for him. And then finally, let's do this. I'm making it the matchup of the week: Chevy versus AJ. Closest matchup in the history. We all thought it ended in a tie, but I had to contact ESPN, as you guys all know already, and Chevy lost by 0.02 points. 0.02 of a point. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is some Patriots Tygate type shit going on here. So I don't know if you're involved or you're going to blame ESPN, but Chevy does not like it.
I will send a screenshot of what ESPN sent me if you guys want. But yeah, they told me basically with decimal scoring that they keep going on down the decimals until they find a winner, and that there's never any ties with decimals. So pretty nuts. But I mean, it's Chevy's fault anyway. His running backs are shit. That's been his theme all year, shitty running backs. And I get to take him on this week. So I'm pretty happy that I'm going to take down Chevy. His best score was 23 from DeAndre Hopkins. But AJ pulled the victory out, even though we got that 0 from his defense. And he had a couple good scores from Rivers and Gurley. You got anything to add?
Frank Gore outtouched Kenyon Drake, so he may want to be making a move or maybe draft a running back like I previously stated.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because they were down the whole time to the Patriots. So you would think Drake would be in as the receiving back, but the infinite, never-ending, never-dying Frank Gore lives on. He's like the cockroach, never going to die. Another pretty crazy thing that I thought's kind of funny was that AJ and Chevy each had a Broncos running back from last night. And then on the final drive of the game, neither running back was in for that drive. It was Devontae Booker. So neither one of their running backs got like a 0.1 point to break the tie. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Two of the better running backs there, and they put Booker in. So it was made to happen, I guess.
Yep. All right, and then let's move on, and we'll finish it off with the matchups of coming up this week. First, couple 2-2 teams, Chevy versus me. I am the current favorite according to projections, and of course, I'm going to go with myself. Who do you think is going to win?
As of right now, if David Johnson shows up, Sony Michel's going to do work in Indy. I think your team's looking good unless his wide receivers and tight end really go off. I think it'll be another close one, not nearly a tie, but I think you'll edge him out.
Yeah, Gronk has not had a Gronk-like game yet, and I'm calling it. It's this week. He's on the Thursday night game. If he plays, because he is like questionable, but if he plays, he's going off. So Chevy, watch out. Next we got Mark 0-4 versus Josh, who's 3-1. Josh is the clear favorite, and I cannot pick otherwise because Mark's team is trash.
As much as I want to say this is Mark's week, it definitely is not. It looks like is Joe Mixon back? I'm not sure, but Gio Bernard's only projected 5 points, so it makes me seem like Mixon is back in the mix. Tyler Eifert, he's hurt. He's going to have to do some waiver wire pickups, and there's really nothing to be picked up from the waiver wire right now. So definitely going Josh.
Yeah, supposedly Mixon's back, but I guess we'll probably find out as the games get closer. All right, we got a couple 3-1 teams, AJ versus Daddy Pez, and surprisingly, AJ's a heavy favorite according to projections. Fuck AJ, I'm going Daddy Pez.
That's pretty much going to be Daddy Pez's lineup because he either has all his bench except for one player is on a bye. So that's going to be his lineup. There's a little wiggle room for AJ. I don't know, man. His team looks good. McCaffrey's coming off of a bye. He'll have fresh legs. I'm going to go AJ again. Keep it rolling.
Yeah, you know what? I think you just persuaded me because I didn't realize all his players were on bye, and that is a big factor. So I'm gonna switch it up and go to AJ and join you on that wagon, even though I don't want him to win. All right, and then moving on, couple 1 and 3 teams. Chris, you're the heavy favorite against Timmy.
I'm gonna just set it and forget it. Bye week.
Set it and forget it. The Timmy bye. All right. I can't disagree there. I hope you lose because that'll be hilarious, but I don't think you will. And then last matchup, Fogel at 3-1 versus Pasta 2-2. It is projected to be pretty close, but Fogel is a slight favorite. Fogel's team, man. I gotta pick Fogel. His team's good.
I'm gonna go if Pasta makes the right decisions. I'm gonna go Pasta because I think Ingram's coming back and Kamara's in, so Kamara's not gonna get as much production. So really gonna get the same production that Kamara was getting out of 2 slots that you're using now. So I think it's gonna limit Fogel just slightly, and I think King of the Bill edges him out.
All right. Good stuff, Chris.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully that wasn't too shitty because we were having a little technical difficulties, guys. But till next week, holla at your boys.
Love you.
What the fuck though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, where the ones go? It's a shit show. Put your front row.